Hi, I'm Theresa V, and welcome. This is the place where we focus on wellness for sensitives, empaths, and spiritual warriors who want to feel more alive and live more on purpose in this world that we love. In this video, we'll be talking about ways that you can beat the summer heat. And as always, these will be simple tips that you can incorporate quickly and easily into your already very busy life. Many of us have our own stories about why we've felt unsafe in this world. As sensitive people who are not generally around a ton of other sensitive people for most of our lives, it can be easy to feel unsafe and overwhelmed. We can also forget how set up this world is to help and support us. As the temperature of this planet heats up in so many ways, it is especially important as we enter into the hotter months of the year to make sure that we are countering that energy successfully. Because we've felt unsafe in the past, it can be easy for us to default into survival mode when we begin to feel unsafe or we begin to feel overwhelmed. And it's very easy right now to feel those things with everything going on in the world. We are at a very critical time in humanity where everything is boiling up. We're at the tipping point. It's a very hot time. It's also a very hot time for Mother Earth as she faces her own challenges with having to cool herself down. And as we've discussed before, as within, so without. And that goes for Mother Earth too. As she is heating up, we are heating up. It's a very heated time in our history. And this is why it is especially important for those of us who are spiritually focused, for those of us who are the bearers of light on this planet consciously. We all are bearers of light, but some of us are doing it consciously. For us to navigate our own heat, to keep ourselves as balanced as possible, so that we can be that cooling force, we can be that calming force that we seek to be. As our internal heat rises, it makes it easy for us to feel overheated, exhausted, hot, irritable, burnt out. We become more prone to heat-related issues like rashes, ulcers, and insomnia. So this summer, as the sun shines in all of its glory, let us do everything we can to keep ourselves as balanced as possible. Here are 5 simple ways for you to stay balanced in the summer heat. Number 1, eat lighter. In the hot weather, our bodies are designed to disperse heat. So the heat is coming away from our center and out through the skin. It's our own built-in air conditioning system to keep us cool and keep us functioning. For this reason, our inner fire is being dampened a little bit because it's being dispersed from the center of our body, which means our digestive fire is less than it would be during the winter when the opposite is happening, when the heat is being brought into the center of the body to keep us warm. For this reason, there's less heat in our stomach and our GI tract to help us eat heavier foods and digest them well. And digestion is the key to our health. So we want to do everything possible to aid our digestive system to do its work properly. For these reasons, summer is a great time to eat lighter, smaller meals, and to eat less heavy or dense foods like meat and dairy. Heavier foods simply require a lot more energy to digest. Now, this doesn't mean that if you'd like that burger or you want that spinach artichoke dip that you can't have it. This is just so that you understand what's going on and that if you do that, your body's going to need a little bit more energy to digest these foods. And you might not be hungry for quite a while afterward. So just give yourself the space, the time, and the grace to digest well. A good rule of thumb is to aim for 80-20. 80% of the time you're trying to eat lighter and smaller meals. The other 20% of the time you're eating whatever you want. Just pay attention on those days. If you have a more heavy dense breakfast, maybe your lunch is a little bit lighter to accommodate your body needing that extra energy from breakfast. So just play with this, see how it works in your life. Some days you might have a 60-40 balance, other days you might have a 90-10 balance. All we can do is do our best and give our bodies the highest chance for success. And in an ideal world, when we're finished with our meal, our stomachs are no more than 2/3 full. We need that 1/3 of our stomach filled with air so that that air can stoke the digestive fire. Number 2 is choose seasonal foods. If you've been in this space for any period of time, you know this is one of my very, very favorite health tips to give. Why? Because this is one of the things that you can start doing today, and you can see incredible shifts in your wellness in a very, very short period of time. It's also a great way for us to begin to remember that nature provides exactly what we need to keep us balanced in any given season. So in the summer, nature is providing the exact foods that we need to counterbalance the excess heat in the world around us as well as inside of our bodies. You'll see foods that are lighter, both physically and energetically, growing in abundance. These include intensely hydrating foods like cucumber and watermelon and zucchini. So if you pay attention to what is growing naturally in your area in any given season, you'll be eating exactly what is necessary to counterbalance the energy and the qualities in abundance around you. If you're not sure what's growing in your area at any given time, find and ask a local farmer. Go to the farmer's market and see what is out. That will tell you exactly what's growing. As you grow to have a relationship with more local foods, your body will start to react to what it is that you're seeing. Your body will start to tell you exactly what it wants. You'll be scanning the table and all of a sudden the beets will just stand out to you. So just pay attention to your body and how it responds to your sensory stimulus when you are shopping for local produce. The third tip is perhaps the easiest of all of the tips that I will share today. Avoid cold drinks. We're talking about digestive fire, and nothing kills digestive fire quite as successfully as a cold drink. Over and over again, I see my clients' digestion changing dramatically when they stop drinking cold beverages. The good news is that as your digestion gets better, your immune system gets stronger. You can switch to room temperature drinks or simply just ditch the ice as a start. This is really important because when our bodies can't digest our food properly, food is going to sit in your stomach for a much longer time. Our body starts to store that undigested food as toxins because the body assumes since it couldn't be digested, it must be something the body can't use. And this pattern, when it repeats itself, just increases our toxicity. This is why we want to continually be working with our digestion and improving it and helping our bodies do what they do so well on their own. However, it is the summertime. If you're craving a beautiful cup of iced lemonade, go for it. Absolutely indulge that craving. So try to have this beverage maybe as a snack, a couple of hours after food and a couple of hours before your next meal. Number 4 is something that continually surprises me about the United States especially. We are obsessed with exercising in a way that our mind tells us we need to exercise and not in a way that our body is telling us we need to exercise. So in the summertime, be smart about exercise. You're already running hotter than usual, so go easy on yourself. Moderate exercise early in the morning or in the evening is your safest and best bet. Avoid working out in the middle of the day when the sun is at its peak, when it is the hottest, The middle of the day is not only the hottest point in the external world, it's also the hottest point in your internal world. Your body is set up to digest the most in the middle of the day. This is why lunch should be our biggest meal, because our body is most heated at that time. It is most able to digest. And if we work out at this point in time, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. especially, our body will start to have adverse reactions because we are working out at the wrong time. So this summer, definitely exercise, but play it safe and be smart. And the fifth tip is eat your fruit. There is an abundance of delicious fruit in the summertime. So if you are someone who likes fruit, why not make a meal of it? Fruit is easy to digest. It's incredibly hydrating. It's cooling, it's satiating, and it has so many vitamins. The thing that we're not taught generally is that fruit needs to be eaten on its own, away from other foods. This is 2 hours before other foods or 2 hours after other foods. And this isn't just in summer, this is all year round. Fruit digests very, very quickly. When we eat fruit with other foods, those foods digest at a much slower rate than the fruit, especially yogurt. When our stomach is done with the fruit, it goes to release it, but it can't because there's still more in the stomach to digest. And so everything gets held. And the fruit that is now ready to move on in the digestive process starts to ferment in the stomach, creating gas, creating bloating, creating pains, creating digestive issues. And one other cautionary note, if you are eating fruits as a meal, don't include melons. Melons should be eaten on their own away from other fruit as well. So if you're having an all melon meal, great. If you're having a meal that consists of all the other fruits besides melons, that's great as well. This is a really beautifully nourishing way to honor what Mother Nature is giving you in abundance in the summer, as well as to honor your body and what it does so well when we don't interrupt its process. And if you're feeling really adventurous, add some spices or some honey to your fruit. It is so delicious. So once again, 5 things you can do to increase your health and your wellness this summer is to eat lighter, smaller meals. Choose seasonal foods. They're growing in abundance in your area at this time. Use them to your advantage. Avoid cold iced drinks. Be smart about exercise. And eat your fruit in abundance and on its own. My goal is to give you tips that you can use instantly and that will seamlessly incorporate into your day-to-day life so that you don't have to change very much at all and you can create more health, more happiness, and more wellness in your life and in the life of your family just by tweaking these very simple things. Try these things for yourself. You don't have to do all 5 at once. Try 1 or 2 and then leave us a comment. Let us know what worked for you and how you're feeling afterwards. As always, thank you for being part of this community. It's such an honor to serve you in this way. Thank you also for sharing these videos out far and wide with everyone that you think could be helped by them. If you're finding that you would like more support on your healing journey, consider joining the membership. Details are in the description of this video or in the comments section below. Inside of the membership, you'll receive energy work and angelic transmissions every single day that will allow your system to begin healing itself in a much deeper way as you relax completely and allow the energies in your system to begin to rebalance. We also have incredible community calls each month where you can gather with people just like you who are striving to live more on purpose in this world and be present with a community of lightworkers and sensitives just like them. I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Bye, everyone.